everyone, welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie, and I am back today with my July diamond painting month in review. I want to take you through the different diamond paintings that I completed and worked on during July, give you some mini reviews of them, and you'll get to see actually a lot of completed kits this go around. I completed 7 diamond paintings in July, including one that has been a work in progress for a few months that I'm looking forward to sharing with you. And I actually have my next round of whips kitted up that you'll get to see a bunch of unfinished canvases, but I thought it could be fun to take a quick little just bonus glance ahead at what's going to be coming up in August. So I really love doing these check-in videos. It's a chance for me to give you kind of snapshot glimpses at what I've been doing diamond painting wise. If you're interested in seeing other diamond paintings I've worked on over the years, I have a month in review playlist you can check out. It goes back to, I think, 2021. And that's a quick way to get a few minutes of review on each of these different diamond paintings I've worked on if you don't necessarily want to sit down and watch a whole 15 or 20 minute dedicated post-review video. Just a thought if you want to check those out. I'll have a bunch of helpful links actually in the description box below, including things like if you want to support my channel and get some perks and a peek behind the scenes, I do have Patreon and YouTube memberships available with all the details if you want to click through and see what the different membership tiers and perks are. But honestly, you guys watching my videos is the best and honestly so incredibly supportive, and I appreciate you so much. So I mean that came off kind of sounding insincere. I meant it sincerely. Let's go ahead and dive into talking about July though. So I did, like I said, I completed 7 diamond paintings, and it depends on how you define a whip. Technically I have 6 whips ready to go for August. Let me just take a breath and not stumble over my words here so much, but I only placed drills down on one of those new whips. The rest are kitted up. So some people say if it's kitted up but no drills placed, it doesn't count as a start. I feel like we're splitting hairs a little bit here. I'm going to show you the canvases that I'm going to be working on next month, and we'll say I have 6 whips. On the YouTube side of things, I had 17 videos go up, which is a little on the lower side for me. July was an exceptionally busy month for me. I don't know if I've had this busy of a month in my summer in a very long time. It was jam-packed with lots of really wonderful things, like getting to go see family, going on a retreat. A couple less wonderful things, like 2 attempts at getting a root canal done. It was kind of either end of the extreme. That said, I had a little bit less go up on the YouTube side of things. Hopefully August will be a little bit more back to normal. I did also have weekly vlogs go up and did a monthly live stream, actually just today, the day I'm recording this, for those that are in those tiers of my Patreon and YouTube memberships. So yeah, I mean, that's the YouTube side of things. I also had month 2 of Summer with the Masters, which is a diamond painting event that I host each year. If you're wondering where the wrap-up video for that is, it will be going up sometime this week is my plan, where I will be announcing the grand prize winners and the event video number 3 winners, so stay tuned for that. It just takes me a little bit to kind of go through stuff now that the event's officially ended. I also continued to participate in the 26 for 26 challenge that Nicole from Shire Shenanigans is putting on, the Refresh Your Stash Challenge from Lisette over at Lisette Crafts and Tells. And I think those are the main ones. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but those are the main ones. I also did my halfway through the year check-in video. So some of this may be giving you deja vu. You may have just already seen some of these kits completed, but this is a slightly different angle. My mid-year check-in video was like a face video, so you didn't always get the best look at the canvases. Hopefully this will be helpful even if you've watched that one. My first finish for July is the one you see in front of you. It is called Lema, and it is an Old Masters artwork by John William Waterhouse. This was my Summer with the Masters kit for the year, and it was a custom that I had made. Since it's in the public domain, it is totally fine to get a custom of. And each year for Summer with the Masters, I work on a piece by this artist, and this was my piece of choice this year. This I did a dedicated start to finish review on that I will link below if you are curious to hear me go in lots of depth about it. I also have my paper logbook here, which is where I track all the diamond paintings that I actually work on. I track the stats and what I loved and didn't love about a kit, all that good stuff, any other notes. So that is a little blurb for this one. This particular one, it's always interesting when you get a custom because you're going to be getting basically a computer rendered kit unless you are... There are a couple of really rare instances where you can pay to have someone hand chart a kit for you. There's a couple of one or two companies that do that. It's pretty unusual though. If you get a custom, typically it's going to just be they're dumping it into a computer or program, maybe slightly touching it up if you're lucky. But for the most part, you're looking at lots of confetti and a softer finished effect like you see here. There are some changes that I wish I had made in ordering this custom. Specifically, I wish that I had done some pre-editing to the original artwork I sent over to Evermoment. I wish I would have maybe brightened the image a little bit, messed with like the contrast and saturation. I think that would have given me a finished look that I was ultimately more happy with. But for what it is, I don't think it's terrible. I did enjoy working on it, given that I really went into it with eyes wide open. I knew it was going to be confetti heavy and that there were going to be a lot of dark colors that didn't necessarily translate like you see in the background. But I still think that it kind of works, and I'm not mad about it. I know that there's several of you that would probably look at this and go, that looks like a disaster. What do you mean? And that's fair. But for me, again, it's about what I expected, and so it's fine. The drill quality was good. The canvas material, the glue, all that stuff. Evermoment is pretty solid quality. It is one of the more... I feel like it is on the pricier side when it comes to AliExpress stores, but you're getting that quality, which I feel like does help. So, yeah, this was a nice one to work on for Summer with the Masters. I finished it, let's see. I finished it on July 10th, it looks like. And it was my only event project this year. I didn't go too crazy and work on multiple. July, honestly, was just so busy I didn't really have the time, but I'm okay with it. I feel like that's all right. Next up is a kit that I am so happy to share is actually complete. You've seen this one as a whip in a number of my month in review videos at this point. I think I started this one back in March. And this is Herald of Spring from Diamond Dots, and the artist is Lori Prindle. It is a very, very large painting. I'm still going, and we're not even quite to the end of it yet over here. So it is a huge panel. It is 136 by 67 centimeters. So it is a chonky kit. I really actually love a lot about how this turned out completed. I think that it's beautiful. Especially the sky over here, I think in particular, I think it turned out really well. Now, one of the reasons that this was a whip for an extra month especially is because I ran out of 4 different drill colors. Now, Diamond Dots did send me replacements. It was several of the colors in the wings. There was a couple of shades of really dark blue and gray, and for 4 colors total, and they sent me way more replacements than I ever possibly could have needed. But I appreciate that they did that, but I have to admit that it was frustrating to work on a kit and be running out of colors. I was placing trash drills. I half expected I was going to run out of drills because 2 of the other large size Diamond Dots projects I've completed, I've run out of drills on. So I was placing bad drills because I was hoping I wasn't going to run out, and then I did anyway. So the thing is, I'm a little bit harsher in my critique and have higher expectations of this particular kit because it is from what they call their masterclass line. Their masterclass line is a higher priced set of kits that they offer that have some additional perks and things that are supposed to make your experience more premium, elevated, luxurious, whatever you'd like to call it. And so the price point on this full retail is $230 US. You can sometimes get it marked down a bit, but it is a very expensive diamond painting, and to be running out of a drill color was not ideal, I feel like, given the price point on this one. So I feel like any ways that I'm talking about this kit in terms of reviewing it, I have to mention the price point because that's going to be a huge factor. So yeah, you will see a full dedicated review video for this one for sure. I just have been kind of overthinking it, really trying to figure out like how I want to do it, in part because this kit is so big. This like drill shifted there. This kit is so big that I'm trying to figure out, do I want to try to display it on like a wall behind me and do a face review? Do I just want to kind of unroll it in front of you guys like this and talk about it? I don't know. I'm kind of waffling. If you have personal opinions on how you would like to see this kit reviewed in full, please feel free to let me know in the comment section. But if I didn't know the price point, I would be just completely by itself, just purely looking at the canvas, I would say this is a really beautiful kit and I highly recommend it, but I'm not sure how to feel about the price point. I'm also a little bit unsure, my personal opinions on the flower shaped special drills. I can't decide if I think they look pretty or if they look cheap. I don't mean to be harsh, but jury's out on how I feel about those. That is something I think I'm also trying to decide before I do this review video, but that is Herald of Spring, even though this kit didn't get finished until the peak heat of summer, right after the summer solstice. I started it in spring, and it's one I had always been intending to work on, and we didn't talk about my bingo card yet, but it's going to check off a square on my bingo card. But we'll talk about that after we look at all my finishes. Next up is a really beautiful kit that worked for the Refresh Your Stash challenge. This is called The Last Fairy from Craftibly. The artist is Wormtail. This one has already had a post review or start to finish review go up here on my channel, which once again, I'll have linked below if you want to take a look. This was really enjoyable to work on. I have a very soft spot for Craftibly kits since they've closed down, and so the amount that I have in my collection is very limited. I'm a fan of how they did renderings. I like a lot about their special drill placements, and a lot of the artwork that they had licensed was my style. And so this was one I had seen completed, loved the way it looked, and tracked it down in a de-stash after the shop had closed. It has these beautiful jewel tones and a lot of crystals in particular. There's like these pink crystals here. There's some purple crystals that I wasn't as crazy about. I kind of talked about that in my post review. There's a beautiful white AB here in the background that I thought just suited this artwork really perfectly. There's a couple other ABs here and there, but just overall, this was, I thought, a really stunning piece, a very haunting piece. I really like working on artwork that speaks to me, and I just thought her eyes tell such a story. And I like Wormtail's artwork in general. In some past videos that I've done, where this kit is one I've been talking about, I'd mentioned that I was disappointed to not have seen Wormtail licensed with any other shops at this point. I can happily report that that has recently changed, and Diamond Artisan has licensed some gorgeous, really large pieces from Wormtail. So do take a look over at Diamond Artisan if you want to see some options from this artist that are now available to get his licensed diamond paintings. And I just, wanted to mention that because that's come up in some of my past videos. But of the whips that I was working on in this particular round of whips, which I guess I didn't give that context, but this kit was one of 6 or 7 that I had in a rotation that I was working on a row at a time before I had swapped kits. And this was one I was usually pretty happy to get to. I liked the drills. I liked just the colors and how it was coming together. So yeah, this was one I had positive feelings towards, I suppose you could say. That was finish number 3 for July. Finish number 4 is Rainbow Universe from Diamond Art Club, and the artist is Kaomi Harai. I have recorded the start to finish video for this one, but as of the time of me recording this month in review, that video has not actually gone up yet. I need to put it up. It's recorded and ready to go. I just need to edit it and upload it, and then I can actually share it. So that'll be coming soon. But this kit was probably one of my top 2 of this round of whips. It was very happy colors. This is an example of Diamond Art Club saying, you know what? There's endless opportunities for special drills here. Let's go all out. And I loved it. the rainbow down here, you can see there's so many special drills. We have multiple iridescents, which are what Diamond Art Club calls their crystals. We have some ABs, we have some fairy dust, like so many specials in the rainbow. And then in the Pegasus tail and wings, we've got ABs, iridescent, and fairy dust galore. There's so much. It's stunning. Actually, this white color is all white fairy dust too. So pure magic. When I was looking for happy color palettes in the midst of this round of whips having some more dull color palettes, this always was that hit of dopamine that I was craving. It had a good amount of color blocking too, so it didn't feel like it was a slog to work through. It was happy colors, and I think that the finished look is just beautiful. Kami Hirai's artwork, I think, works well with how Diamond Art Club renders. The color blending, like with the shading in the background and the sky, was really nice. There's some white ABs in the sparkles, the stars, these bits. And I didn't have any issues with the glue. The drill field was the slightly tighter round drill field where I didn't have any gapping with my round drills. So I have very, very, very little to complain about when it came to this kit. It was very happy, very, very happy to work on. So this was finish number 4 for the month. And finish number 5 is, gosh, I don't know if I've seen a kit that encapsulates my personal taste more closely than this one in a very, very, very long time. This is Celestial Dragons from Diamond Art Club and Marigona Suli. And this is a partial, so there's no diamonds on this white background, which I loved. When I was working on this, from time to time, I would imagine, what if I also had to fill in white drills over here? I'm so glad that I didn't need to do that. I don't necessarily mind. It wouldn't have been a deal breaker. I am so in love with this artwork that I would have been fine. Give me the white background. I'll deal with it. But it was a nice treat that I didn't have to. This has so much that I love and I feel like is my taste. For one, the way that Marigona Suli draws dragons is the cutest thing. They almost look like little puppies in some ways. They're adorable. The color palette of this kit with the pale pastels, the pinks and purples, very, very much one of my personal favorites. We've got book imagery. We've got stars in space imagery. Both of those are near and dear to my heart. Just everything about this was love. And I always loved getting back to this kit. And it's definitely one of those, I was very sad when it was over. But I love how it turned out. There are special drills that make up basically the entirety of these dragons. It's like pink ABs, like the light grabbing that is insane. And then there's a light pink fairy dust as well. There's different special drills in a few different spots. There's like a kind of grayish white fairy dust in some of these spots. We got white ABs and like the stars of these constellations and the telescope. Like they worked in a lot of special drills. The pink dragon is like all ABs with some fairy dust accents, and the purple dragon is too. So there you can see the light grabbing the purple ABs in the sky, and then the purple fairy dust is like in the wings. It's a slightly lighter purple color. And then there's some fairy dust and kind of the sparkles in the background there. This, always a favorite when it came up in this round of whips. So you guys got to see me kind of finish with my favorites of this round of 6 or 7 whips, and these were good ones. That said, before I show you my other 2 finishes, I just want to give you a little bit of context. I, a few months ago, decided to jump in on the 26 for 26 challenge that I mentioned earlier, and the way that I took this challenge on for myself, the spirit of it for me was to work on multiple diamond paintings at a time, which for me is unusual. Up until a few months ago, I have basically been 1 whip at a time, occasionally 2, on the very rare instance, 3. But for the most part, 1 whip at a time was my happy place. I kind of thought I had a bit of a wild hair and decided to try kitting up a bunch of diamond paintings all at once, and thought I'm going to work on these kind of methodically, like a row at a time. So I feel like I'm still getting some momentum, but still changing frequently. And if I try this and I hate it, I can basically shove all the storage and canvases to the side, except for one, and just pretend like I only have one whip and just work on one canvas start to finish without rotating through and, reset that way, basically. What I found instead was with that first round of whips that I found that I loved it. So I finished those. It took around a month, and then went to pick out my second round of whips, which is what you've seen up to this point, along with a few other kits that I completed in June. And this round of whips, I just found myself, honestly, by the end of them, kind of burnt out. I was ready to take a little break from diamond painting. I was kind of feeling like, do I really want to keep being a multi-whipper? Is that what the problem is? Or is it something else? And then I just felt like, I think this has more to do with the color palettes that I chose and some of the monotony, the unintentional monotony that happened with this second round of whips. I had almost all round drill canvases, and I do like a little bit more variety than that. I also found that a lot of my color palettes were very samey. A lot of darker color palettes, a lot of greens and browns. You'll notice the kits that I got most excited about sharing with you here were this one in Rainbow Universe, which have much more color to them. But to be honest with you, even these kits still have some darker areas. And so I think just all of these together looked at, like, on the whole, I think that I wasn't loving this combination of canvases together necessarily. There were too many kits I was feeling meh about. So I decided I basically took a week or two off from focused, intense diamond painting, which happened to coincide with my mom being in town. We were really busy doing a ton while she was here, and then she and I flew to Texas for a retreat. I did take a diamond painting that I worked on there, but I finished this kit. What's the date? I'm going to look real quick, the date that I finished it, just kind of give you that context. I finished this on, July 16th. And today is August 1st that I'm filming this. And it's just today that I've started, like, actively diamond painting. Like, I spent the last 2 days kitting up my next 6 projects and feeling excited to do that. And then today I started, like, really placing diamonds down. And so that's like 2 weeks that I basically really pumped the brakes on diamond painting. You're going to see 2 more finishes, but, like, those 2 finishes just over the span of 2 weeks is, I'm not being braggadocious here, I promise you, it's not a lot, and should kind of speak for how, like, I burned out a little bit. So when I was picking my next round of whips, I was approaching it a lot differently. We'll talk about those when we're looking at my whips. Right now, I want to show you my other 2 finishes, which, again, these next 2 finishes are very much independent of multi-whip Katie. So first up is this little baby canvas from Jada Gem Shop called Little Enchanted Princess. And Jadakins is the one that created this artwork by hand, not AI, and actually sent this exact artwork out to some folks to do a tester of. This is a new manufacturer that they're testing out and that they have since switched to, and she sent these out for us to work on and give feedback. Now, I will have a start to finish review video on this one you guys will get to see, but all in all, I had a pretty good experience, like a really good experience actually with this one. She charted in a bunch of special drills, I think, so we could try out the quality of different kinds. So there's some metallics, there's some crystals, we have some dust, she didn't do ABs though. ABs are less unpredictable though, but we got to try metallics, crystals, and dust. I really like the drill field on this one. I got to try out the round drill version. You may have seen some other YouTubers post reviews reviewing either the round or there's a square drill version. Some others tested out, and I really like it a lot. I think this is going to be a good change for her manufacturer wise. How the drill quality was good there. Crystals especially, and even metallics, can be more trash prone, But that's like with any company. So I'm going to give her that feedback, but I also felt a little bit like, that's about what I would expect. One thing I did run into that I'm also going to make her aware of, I think other folks already have, but there were a few different sets of symbols. I have a black cat, so there's always black for everywhere. There were a couple of sets of symbols that were too similar to one another. Like this kind of stair step one was in, they're just going slightly different directions. There were some arrows that were like identical, just pointing different directions. So I know she's already aware of it, and hopefully we're not going to see that with future kits, but that was kind of the main thing. But otherwise, this was a like 2-day project. I did half of it one day and the other half the next. I think I worked on it in a whip and chat, so I probably talked about it a lot there too. But that was finish number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6 for the month. My last finish for the month is one that I did an unboxing of. You will have seen. And you'll see a post-review video go up on this one soon. This is Kitty Shortcake Dreams. This is from a new to me company called Pixel Gem Designs, and the artist is Ex Morphina. This company had reached out to me to ask if they could send me this kit to unbox and work on, and I had gone ahead and agreed to that. And I actually took this one with me to the retreat that I was at last week and decided to work on it there. I thought it would be fun to... Originally, I had set out, honestly, to see if I could start to finish it in the weekend, because I've done that for some past retreats. But unfortunately, I did run into some issues with the drill quality and ended up getting 2/3 of the way done with this and deciding to kind of put it aside and work on other stuff for the rest of the retreat. But it was fun to work on it alongside other diamond painters. It felt like it was like fun to get to whine a little bit sometimes, have them cheer me on, have lots of people come up and go, oh, where's this from? I don't recognize this. So that was cute to kind of introduce them to this artwork. So I'm going to give some feedback to the shop and stuff before I do my review, I think, and report back. A couple of things, just to kind of give you, again, a snapshot look. We're not going to go too deep here because that review video will be coming. One of the main things I noticed was this particular light yellow color. It felt a little bit out of place to me. It actually is an entirely different drill facet type. It's flat tops as opposed to the rest being pyramids. So part of me wonders if it's a different drill manufacturer or different drill type, and that's why maybe the die lots just look so different in tone from like the rest of the piece. But it stands out more than... It looks like butter, actually, but that's not how the original artwork is. They're just supposed to be pancakes. So, shortcake, rather. So they're not buttery biscuits, really. And the spots, like that yellow, stands out in the strawberries and stuff. One thing I loved about this piece, though, it has some really pretty special drills. I thought that there's this pink dust diamond that you can kind of see, that light pink one. And the cakes was super cute, and the white ABs and the sparkles was really good. And there's a white dust diamond that's really pretty in some of these spots too. So special drills were my favorite part of this by far, and the super cute original artwork. But I would have loved if the drills were less fussy. So, yeah, that is Kitty Shortcake Dreams. I finished this after I came back from the retreat. I finished it a few days ago at home, and yeah, that one is done. So that was finish number 7 and the last of my finishes for July. Let's do a really quick pause, and I want to give you a quick update on my drill count for the year so far and the month, and I also want to show you what squares I'm going to be checking off on my bingo card. So first off, my drill count update. I, just for fun, like to track how many drills I've placed, and I add them to my drill count once I've actually completed a kit. So July is going to look like a disproportionately large number of drills placed, just because I finished a lot of big kits in July, especially Herald of Spring, which is over 100,000 drills by itself. So for these 7 finishes, I had 377,925 drills placed in July for completed kits. Adding that to my year to date, so my up through June, the number of drills I placed, that brings my year to date total to 1,320,598 diamonds placed. So I always kind of have in mind it would be cool to place 1 million drills in a year, and I have officially surpassed that and some. So we'll see if maybe I'll get to 2 million by the end of this year. But this is all just for fun. I'm not taking it super serious. What I am having fun with, though, and it's still mostly fun, but a tiny bit serious if you want to take it that way, is this diamond painting bingo card. I made up this card at the beginning of the year and put some different squares on it for some different, sometimes I had specific kits in mind. Some of these I just had goals, like light or strict goals that I kind of wanted to try to meet this year. So that's what I used to determine what squares I wanted to do for this. I made this in Canva, and I check off squares. Well, let me think of how to word this. Kids can be eligible to count for a square once they've been completed. So I actually have 3 squares that I'm going to check off this month. First step is going to be the most expensive kit in my stash, which was Herald of Spring, aka Gerald. So that was a kit I did specifically have in mind for this square. So this square officially gets to be checked off. You're going to see I'm about to get a bingo. And I will tell you what I ended up deciding to reward myself with for getting a bingo in just a moment. But first, I'm also going to check off the square for artwork by John William Waterhouse. This was a square that I put on here specifically because I figured I would be doing my annual John William Waterhouse kit. This was also motivation for me to choose and order my custom of my John William Waterhouse kit of choice for the year. So that did get done. The kit is completed, so I get to check off this square. And then last but not least, I am going to check off a kit featuring a dragon. Celestial dragons I decided to use to check off this particular square, and it is going to go ahead and get me a bingo. So July, we hit a bingo. I'll take it. I'm tentatively going to go for blacking out this card this year, but there are a couple of squares I'm not 100% sure how I want to complete them. So that is a tiny bit TBD if I will actually get this blacked out or not. But we are down to only having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 squares left to fill. And I've got 5 months left in the year. So I've got time. It's fine. I've got time. Now, since I've officially hit a bingo here at this top line, what I decided to do is to go ahead and get a kit that I have been thinking about getting for a long time. And that is a Diamond Painting Deutschland Josephine Wall kit, which has 200, I think this one has 225 or 275 colors. A lot of colors. And it's one I've been thinking of getting to do a comparison project with a Diamond Art Club version that I have. And so I did order that. And that is the reward I gave myself for hitting a bingo. If I black out this whole card this year, we'll see. I may or may not give myself another little reward. But for the moment, I'm mostly doing this for the fun of it. I am kind of cracking up though that I've managed to only get bingo one way. There's multiple other squares that if I got, I would get, another big bingo. But for now, I just have the one with 8 squares left to go. So that is an update on my bingo card for 2026 so far. Now I'm going to go ahead and give you a peek at the whips that I have kitted up and are on the docket. First up, I've actually placed some drills on this one, and I'm very excited to share that I am indeed going to be working on Botanical from Let a Stitch. This is their Dazzle Dots. Look, a lot of these sorts sound the same after a while. Their Dazzle Dots line is what they call their diamond paintings. They're mostly known for cross stitch. That's where they started. So this piece I unboxed, I think in July, maybe June, but it has over 100 colors. And so this will count towards one of those bingo squares. And I finished a section earlier today in my Patreon live, and I started on a second section. And you know what? I really like it, you guys. It's 100% got to be hand charted, and the drills are wonderful. I was a little nervous because this is a new to me company. I thought, what if I pour out these drills and it's like a recent new to me company project where the drills are bad? And then I've committed to this really complex, large project. And what if the drills are bad? But they weren't. So I am already having a great time with this kit and really looking forward to sharing progress with you as I get into it. Again, when I'm doing these multiple whips, my plan is to do this row, and then I'm going to move on to my next whip, do a row on that one, and so on and so forth. So I do have this one, and yes, it has a lot of browns and greens in it, but it's the subject matter for me. It's kind of that like room book scene. I'm not going to get bored. That said, I still have a lot of colorful kits in the mix of these whips, including Spring Afternoon by Laura Paltrett. This is from Diamond Artisan, and I love this artwork so much. The color palette is so happy. The artwork is beautiful. I feel like depending on how you look at this cat in the lighting, you could either see it as like a whitish gray cat or a black cat or somewhere, in between. At least that's how I choose to look at it. And so it reminds me both of a cat I had that passed a couple years ago named Dolce, who was this like Lynx Point Siamese that was this beautiful, like kind of grayish, brownish, white coat. Had a lot of depth to it. It was really pretty. But it also reminds me a bit of my Void Tuxedo Kitty, Skip now. You know what? It reminds me of my cats, and it makes me happy. It's got a beautiful color palette. And I love Diamond Artisan. I haven't done a kit from them in a while, so I'm excited to work on this one. Now, those are 2 square drill kits, and one of the things I wanted to make sure that I did was I had a nice variety in terms of drill shapes. So I did decide to add this round drill kit to the mix. I wanted something that was a little on the smaller side because I have some big projects in this group. This is Sleepy Fairy by Jamaica Murphy, aka Jamushka, and this has round drills. It's really cute. I've seen several people complete this one, and I think this is just going to be so sweet and adorable to work on, and I like having some snack size kits in the mix with this. Now, color palette, again, it's a little more earth tony, but I promise you're about to see some ways I'm making up for it. In particular, we'll end with that one. Here's my other round drill kit of choice. So of these 6 kits, 2 have round drills, 4 have squares. I think it's going to be okay. But I have this Palmichi kit called Gumball Trinket from Diamond Art Club, and round drills on this one. This one is just so cute. I almost took this one with me to the retreat to work on because I thought it would have been a fun like snack size kit to do start to finish. So it's been on my mind, and it's so dang cute. I can't get over it. I can't wait to see all these cute little elements come together, and the color palette is bright and happy. This is so happy, you guys. So we have this one. And then I'm, of course, mixing it up. 3 of these kits are DACs, the other 3 are not. This is from another new to me company. If you saw this recent unboxing on my channel, you, I imagine, will not be shocked at all to see this in the mix. This is Parade by Preston Place, from Preston Place by the artist Toby Nguyen. And it's so freaking cute. Do I have to say anything else? I love this kit so much. It is hand charted. It's so color blocking heavy, especially in the top part. It's going to go quick, I would imagine. It does have square drills. My thought is I will divide this up in columns by cat. I'm not a monster that's going to split a cat down the middle. I think we're just going to do 5 rows and they might not be exactly the same width. I don't care. We're going to split it up by cat. It's going to be adorable. I cannot wait. And I need to try out a kit from this company because they are releasing so much that is my taste. I want to make sure that I am enjoying working on these kits before I just go absolutely ham on my wish list. That's number 5. Number 6, y'all. I feel lucky that I even have this kit. I snagged it at the anniversary sale. This is Olivia's Room. It is from Diamond Art Club and Mrs. Butter D, and I needed a Mrs. Butter D kit in my life so bad. The color palette, the vibes, the room scene. I needed to work on this kit, and it just kept calling my name. And the color palette on this is so good. Every shade of pink and kind of purplish pink. It reminds me very much of Witch's Bedroom, which I did a few years back for Drills and Chills. And this is like bigger and more elaborate and so cute. Look at the little bunny. I cannot wait for this one, you guys. It's incredible. And when I laid out all these color palettes next to each other, I just was like, this is it. Yeah, this is what I needed. Please let me not be totally off pace with this round of whips. And yeah, this one has square drills. It's a little bit bigger, but I can't wait. So we've got 2 roomish scenes. We got 2 cat kits and then 2 round drill snackies to kind of mix things up in between. I am cautiously optimistic that this round of whips is going to be much more joyful and enjoyable to work on than my last round of whips, but I will, of course, keep you posted. But I wanted to give you a quick look. Even though there's no drills down on most of these are my 6 whips that you will see progress of, maybe the finish or 2 of, in my August month in review. But August, let's talk August plans really quick before I let you go. August is kind of the calm before the storm for me personally. I co-host really with Lindsay from Emeralds and Fairy Lights. We host Drills and Chills. This is our 8th year for this event, and it takes place in September and October. It's fall and Halloween themed, and it is just like 8 straight weeks of videos, giveaways galore, all things fall and Halloween. I am so looking forward to it, but I also am ready for it's just a rush. It's a lot. It's it's just all drills and chills all the time in a really fun way, but also like a, oh my gosh, hold on to your butts kind of way. We just had Connor watch Jurassic Park for the first time the other night. I was like, that line, it's hearing Connor's just crack up at it was great. Yeah. So Drills and Chills is coming. So I'm in this little in-between Summer of the Masters, Drills and Chills. So I'm just going to kind of try to get ready for that. My kids go back to school in a couple weeks. And I'm trying to think what else. You'll get to see me working on some kits from some new to me shops and some reviews of kits that I've recently completed from new to me shops. This is going to be a year that I feel like I get to go, okay, yes, worked on a ton of new shops in the community. And hopefully you guys are finding that helpful, particularly for if this is a place you want to spend your money kind of review. So keep an eye out on my post-review playlist, some start to finish video style videos that'll be coming and have been coming out recently. And yeah, I'll have even more of that for you this month. But other than that, that's kind of what I have in mind for August. So how about you guys? What did July look like? Did you work on any kits or join in on any events that you were really excited about? Did you meet any goals that you're really proud of? Or is there some stuff that you're working towards that you haven't necessarily met yet, but you still feel like sharing about? I would love to hear all of it. And also, what does August look like for you? Do you have any kits or plans or events or anything at all that you have in mind for the upcoming month? And are you looking ahead towards any other events and stuff? But guys, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. Please subscribe if you would like to see more diamond painting videos from me. I would love to have you here. You'll see unboxings and reviews from a variety of different companies, along with weekly whip and chats if you want some company while you're crafting, and other diamond painting related stuff. I also look forward to hearing from you in the comments, like I said, and if you enjoyed this video, consider giving it a thumbs up on your way out. Either way, though, thank you so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy this month in review video from me. I hope you are doing very, very well. And you know what? I had some people ask about this recently, so I will go ahead and bring this one back. You guys can tell me if you like this sign off or if you feel like it's tacky, because I did get, I've gotten mixed responses to it, but this sign off that I did more often and then took a little break from is, I hope you have a day and a week that's as wonderful as you are. I will talk to you again soon, friends. Bye.